New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from Knick Of Time Show here. Give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And the Knicks lose to Embiid and the 76ers 125-114. I'm not really pissed that we lost. I actually felt like we played actually a really great game. The only really thing I'm really upset about is Embiid's crying and dirty play. I just can't stand how this dude grabbed Mitchell Robinson's leg as Mitchell Robinson was going up for a dunk while he was on the floor. Totally uncalled for. If he was a role player, if he was not Embiid, it would have been a flagrant 2, and he would have been ejected out of the game. But, you know, we're here. He stayed in the game, and he damn near had to score 50 to beat the Knicks. But it is what it is. I've lost all respect for Embiid. I can't stand that man. I can't believe what I just watched. I really can't believe he grabbed his legs and then after he fell, pushed him off of him. I really feel like Simmons should have just been subbed in the game just to snuff him for the culture. Like, dead ass. I really want to beat this team. I really want to beat this team for all the whining and complaining and bulletin board material. I want to bring it. I want to kick it to this team. But for the most part, I was actually happy with this game. This game actually got me thinking that, this team could be really fooled. This team really could be fooled. We're going to talk about it, though. We're going to talk about it, all right? Before you talk about it, I'm going to introduce you to my guy, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy at the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. After tonight's game, I don't want to hear one more Sixers fan, one more Sixers player, one more Sixers coach, any person associated with the Philadelphia 76ers in any way, shape, or form. I don't want to hear a damn thing about them complaining about fouls not being called, because Embiid by himself shot more free throws than the Knicks. So like JL has said, Embiid should have been thrown out in the first quarter. But we're going to get into that.
I agree. And of course, you already know it's the Latin assassin, Guy Lee Escobedo. What's going on, Lee?
What's up, homies? Good to see y'all.
What's going on?
Not terribly upset about this loss. I wasn't one of the Knicks fans. I thought it was going to be a sweep. I thought it was going to go 6 games. If there was going to be any game, this one was going to be the one they played the toughest in, was game 3. Because they know if they lose this, the series is essentially over. Right. It's not even to play game 4. That being said, what I love the most is the Knicks really put up a lot of fight. They got punched in the face and in the mouth a lot of times tonight, and they never gave up. And to me, that was the biggest thing that I focused on going in game 4. I think we absolutely split in Philly and then come back and bring it home in New York.
I agree. Like, we didn't. I don't feel like we lost, but I don't feel like we lost because we played incorrectly. We even played the right way. I feel like we did what we could, and it took some outer body experience for Embiid to hit multiple contested 3-point shots for them to pull ahead in the third quarter. And they won by like 10. Like, when you go that crazy, you should be up by like 20, 30. But they won by 10. We got down to 8 a couple of times. And it is what it is. If anything that we need to control and need to really figure out is how to not foul as much. That's the only thing I would say. But other than that, I think we had a really good, really solid game plan. Mm-hmm. And I think it starts with Jalen Brunson and how he approached his game. Everything we complained about the last 2 games was essentially fixed. Game 3. He played a lot off ball. Jalen Brunson played a lot off ball. Tom Thibodeau actually ran a lot of action through Hartenstein, through DiVincenzo. Hartenstein had a lot of backdoor type of passes that led to easy basket. DiVincenzo ran the offense and found Hartenstein for a lot of floaters, hitting that little sweet spot where we knew Embiid was gonna drop off because they like to play drop. it was essentially working. And then Jalen Brunson to me was just attacking. I feel like he got a lot of problems where he would dribble and he would make slow, deliberate moves, and it would give them time to double and key on him. Everything was quick, everything was decisive. And when he's quick and decisive, they can't really stop him. He ends up with 39 points and 13 assists. Damn near perfect offensive game. And I think this is the way he's going to be moving forward. So I'm really happy with the game plan. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I loved all the extra motion off ball that was going on. I think that was lagging a little bit during game 2.
Yeah.
Even though we squeaked up that win. Also loved how aggressive Tom Thibodeau had OG in that first quarter, really getting him going. And I think that helped him have the rhythm in the fourth quarter to hit those threes that almost brought us back into the game. I love those two corner threes that he hit. I think those are exactly why we brought him in here on offense, because it makes it to where his man cannot hedge off and double team Brunson, so that Brunson's seen more single coverage than he would if OGs and Josh Hart aren't hitting from the perimeter. I really love the effort this team had to get Brunson open, to find Brunson as an off-ball target rather than make him do everything and be the facilitator. And look what happens. He chalks up over 9 assists in the game too. So overall, beautiful bounce back for him. We know the man has great mental. He's someone who doesn't get too moved or shaken by a bad game. Hell, a stretch of bad games, maybe the worst stretch of bad games has been New York Knicks. And here he is in game 3, pouring in over 35 points on pretty efficient shooting, a smidge better than 50%.
Yeah, Brunson definitely played better. Knicks definitely had more off-ball movement that definitely helped the offense a bit more. And the Sixers couldn't key in on Jalen Brunson like they did the first couple of games because, like Jalen said, he was much more decisive in his moves. Didn't hold the ball for long. He just attacked. Quickly went up for floaters in that little middle area where Embiid's on the drop. He would just stop in the paint. Go for a floater. Pull up mid-range jumpers and things of that nature. So it's good to see Jalen Brunson pretty much fix the issues that he had in the first couple of games. I honestly, I'm with Lee and Jails. I'm not really too mad at this game because that third quarter the Sixers had where it's just seemed like anything that they threw up, it went in. That 40+ point third quarter. Any other team I feel like on the road in the playoffs would have got blown out. A team would have lost their spirit seeing that every shot the opponent throws up is just going in. Even the contested ones that were going in, and it didn't matter what happened. Knicks kept punching back.
Yeah.
Regardless. And and the fact that the Sixers had a third quarter like that combined with Embiid scoring 50 and the Knicks only lost by 11, and the game was never out of hand. It never felt like the Knicks lost their way in the game. It felt like the Knicks were always kept it close in some way, shape, or form. I think that bodes well for the Knicks going forward, because if that's what it's going to take from the Sixers to beat the Knicks, can they replicate that for 3 more games in the series? I don't believe so. So yeah. I'm pretty confident going forward with the Knicks.
I agree with you because we have Embiid who got 50. Then we have Maxey. Maxey had 25, but I even feel like we did a decent job on Maxey too, to be honest with you. Still could be tightened up, but I feel like this, especially the first half, I felt like I've been screaming to take OG off of Maxey for the entire game. I feel like he actually did a really good job this game, keeping him kind of silent when he was on him. I don't remember when Maxey went off, but I don't think it was when OG was guarding him. I don't know if you guys can remember, but I don't think it was when OG was guarding him.
I don't remember, but something I noticed that I really liked that Tom Thibodeau adjusted was moving away from drop coverage. It really took away the dribble penetration and limited Maxey in the mid-range. So many of his drives weren't just in transition, but were in that short roll and making Hartenstein really stay at the nail. I think helped them force more threes, opposed to allowing Maxey to carve us up in the inside, which was super beneficial because Mitchell Robinson was in foul trouble and Precious had to play extended minutes. So if he hadn't made those little wrinkles, game-to-game adjustments that people criticize him for, he showed that he did. It really kept us from getting blown out this game based on how well they were shooting from the perimeter.
Even Hartenstein, man, I keep saying Hartenstein is our secret weapon for for a lot of series because it just gives us another option, another playmaking option, another person to get Jalen Brunson off the ball. So for a lot of that first quarter, it was DiVincenzo, Hartenstein pick and roll, pick and pop, or Hartenstein just directing traffic from above the foul line. Like if Hartenstein was getting in such a groove, he just needs to stay out of foul trouble. Like if he was able to stay out of foul trouble for more of that first quarter, I feel like we would have been really rolling because Hartenstein was putting a lot of pressure on the 76ers on the 76ers period because they couldn't key in on anybody because Jalen Brunson didn't really have the ball that much. Everybody else is moving around. They had to account for back cuts, triple cuts. Like their head was on a swivel. I know everybody's probably at Philly watching this being extremely proud of all the ball movement, off ball movement was happening. And then when we went back to Mitch, I mean, it wasn't as prominent with Mitch. We still got our points though, but like when it was Hartenstein, the offense was really, really humming. So it would be great for Hartenstein to be out of foul trouble for the next game because I think he's going to be important for us. Hartenstein finished the game with, let's see, I know he had double figures, 14 points, 4 rebounds. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 14 points and 4 rebounds. And 1 assist. I think that 1 assist was probably in the first quarter. Thinking. Let's see. And speaking of rebounds, the one thing I would say they're getting that edge is that they're definitely getting better at the rebounding. They've cleaned it up. They actually beat us on the boards today by 4. Rebounding 32-36. 76ers. Offensive rebounds, we have 11-8, so we're still beating them on the offensive boards, though. We're still getting a lot of second chance points. But I really feel like Hartenstein might be the key. And we might have to start to look at Precious Achiuwa, unfortunately, because of Mitchell Robinson, man. Mitchell Robinson is twisted his ankle. He was a warrior, man. I don't know exactly when it happened. All I know is in the first quarter, this bull happened, and I'm gonna show you the tape. I already know you guys seen it. But in the third quarter, this happened. Mitch tries to jump, pulls his legs, then pushes him off of him. That's a flagrant, man. I don't understand. This is crazy. I don't understand how that's not a flagrant too. The only reason why he was still in the game is because his name is Joel Embiid. Because if that was any other role player, he'd be kicked out of the game. Because that's just egregious. That's just egregious. And shout out to DiVincenzo, who at least like went up to check him. He's like, I know you taller than me, but I gotta say something because you violated right now. If I gotta stand on Brunson's shoulders to smack you, I might just do that because that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy. But that happened to Mitch on top of some other things. I saw a clip where Embiid like kicked him in the groin while he was shooting a jump shot. It was a lot going on. Mitch, he stayed in the game actually and was kind of effective while hobbling, but could not return in that first half. So we might see Precious Achiuwa on Embiid, which is not ideal. But hopefully Mitch is healthy enough to return. Because, I mean, the good thing is he was a little bit hobbled at halftime, but he still looked like he was walking under his own power. That's the good thing. So when it's those type of injuries from experience, it might be 2 to 3 days. So right now it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So he might be ready right on time for Sunday. So we'll see what happens. But your guys' thoughts on Embiid and just like what do you think we should do at center with Mitch not being here? If he's not here.
it's definitely going to force Precious minutes. And I thought Precious was actually okay, at least offensively, in the short time that he played today.
Oh yeah.
But we're going to lose those minutes regardless. And I think that's something that just has to be accounted for. We can't make up the presence of Mitchell Robinson, who's a defensive player of the year candidate before he went down earlier in the season. He came back and he's about 80% of that. And he was providing exceptional one-on-one defense, single coverage on Embiid and allowing other guys to stay honest on shooters. So you just have to bite the bullet and know that there's 12 to 15 minutes a game is you're probably going to lose those because Embiid's going to go off. And he is a top 3 scorer offensively. Him, Luka, SGA are probably the 3 best scorers in the NBA. And the way that he was scoring tonight on pull-up threes and transitions, fadeaway mid-range shots, putting everything in the basket around the rim, those games are really, really hard when one guy is doing things like that.
Right.
When 2 guys are doing things like that, because Maxey was just as efficient, played incredible, not as good as Embiid, those games you usually lose. So that's why I don't feel too bad. It took a 50 burger from Embiid to beat us, and we were in single digits for most of the fourth quarter going to the end of the game. So it's one of those things you just take as an L. You realize that you're going to be a deficiency anytime Hartenstein sits down from here on out, and it might be time to break the glass and pull out Jericho Sims.
Yeah, Embiid is one of the top players in the league. You really can't do much to stop him, especially when he played like the way he played tonight. You know, you're not going to do anything to really stop him. I do think if the Knicks do have to go with Precious, you know, if Mitch is not healthy, I think the Knicks can exploit him offensively, just because Precious is a mobile big. You know, like try to get him on off ball movement, cut into the basket and things of that nature. You might be able to get some easy baskets just because Embiid is not that mobile. So, you know, maybe if you get Precious, because I think Precious scored a couple of baskets tonight and it was off a movement.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, knowing that Embiid is not mobile, like try to take advantage of that on those minutes where Precious is on the court to see if we can get some easy baskets that way. But like Lee said, like, it really doesn't matter who's on Embiid. Like when Embiid's on the court, especially for this series, it's always a plus for the Sixers. So it's just one of those things where it's like you just have to try your best to maintain. And I just think for the Knicks, Embiid is going to get his. It's what you do with the others pretty much, and that's going to determine how this series goes. Like for example, tonight, Cameron Payne had 11 points. Like you can't allow that to happen. You can't allow that guy to go off on you for 11 points. You know what I mean? So for the Knicks, you really can't do much to stop or slow Embiid. But you can't let guys like Payne score 11 points or Oubre go off of 15 and things of that nature. You have to hold those other guys in check, and that's what the Knicks did in the first 2 games of the series. Those other guys could not get off points. So even if Embiid and Maxey had good games, the Knicks were still able to pull off wins.
Yeah.
So it's basically the same thing here. Like Embiid is going to get his. It is what it is. But you can't let those others get theirs too. And I think for the Knicks, because Embiid is such a foul merchant, so it's hard for Knicks to really guard him, because it's like Embiid is going to find some way to contort his body to where the refs are going to call fouls for him. But the Knicks cannot allow him to really take these set jump shots. They have to try to force him to put it on the floor. They have to just try.
Yeah, it's just rough.
If you let him shoot those set jump shots, more than likely it's water.
It's rough. It's really rough because, like you said, okay, you try to put him on the floor, right? There was a play where Hartenstein just got right up on him.
Yeah.
And then Embiid just leaned into him and then flared his arms, and then he got a foul. You know? So it's like, all right, exactly. I'm trying to make him put it on the floor by crowding him. He just flailed his arms and gets a foul from the 3-point line. So at that point, you're like, if you're giving him those fouls when I'm just standing there, like, what do you do? It's like, it's just weird. It's like it's almost like do you just double off of Oubre or like a non-shooter? Like, I don't know. It's just one of like I almost feel like the lesser of two evils is just trying to guard him 1-on-1 from the 3-point line and see if he can do it again. Like, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because I don't really want to go in rotation with these guys. I'd rather him try to just make contested threes every game.
Credit to Nick Nurse, who is a very good coach, and his adjustment going deep into the bench and pulling out, dusting off Campaign, who killed us from the perimeter. I wasn't aware of it. He was that good of a 3-point shooter. I don't remember that being the case in Phoenix when he was there. So I was surprised when he started draining threes on us. If most of the time I'm like, if leave anyone open, it's him on the 3-point line. He's kind of there, Josh Hart, before the series started, where I was okay with him being the option that we allow them to have. But that has to be contained. You keep him at 3 points, we win this game. I think we can win even with Embiid dropping 50 as long as the rest of the guys are kept to single digits outside of Maxey. And it was those Campaign minutes that really broke our back, in my opinion. The ones that weren't expected that I think tilted the tide in favor.
Yeah, that and like the Oubre. And here's the thing with Oubre. Oubre only really takes shots from 2 places, right? It's like 3-point line, rim. 3-point line, rim. And most of the time, like if he's on the 3-point line, do not chase him hard off 3-point line. Because 90% of the time he's just trying to go all the way to the rim. So like I felt like we got in trouble for a stretch where we were just treating him like he's a shooter. Or like we were just kind of letting him get into the rim, get to the lane a little bit too much. And like that is his game. You don't lay off him a little bit. Give him the Josh Hart treatment sometimes, because but other than that, like you said, like I feel like we did good. The thing about playing these games away from home are these guys usually the role players play better at home. So I was expecting the role players to hit more shots here than they were in New York. And that's kind of exactly what they did. They feed off their crowd, they hit the shots. But I feel like our role players will be up to the task. Josh Hart, it's time to give that man some respect, man. Like we gave him respect already, but once again, 4 from 8 from 3, man. He's averaging 4 threes a game. 20 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, averaging 4 threes a game. Hit big threes as well. There was a time when Embiid was going off, and he was just like, you know what? I'm shooting these shots, and he was hitting them. Gotta give Josh Hart a lot of credit. OG Anunoby, like I felt like he stepped up too. 7-11, 63% from the field, 17 points. Did we get that much from the bench? I don't remember getting that much from the bench.
No, we didn't.
Nah. In total, the bench scored 19 points.
19 points. Bojan was 1 for 5. Bojan 1 for 5. McBride 3 for 7. It's funny, McBride's 3 for 7. I feel like even the shots he missed, I feel like rimmed out. You know what I mean? I feel like they rimmed out. Bojan too. Like I can't even tell what's a good shot or bad shot of Bojan, because Bojan shoots it quick and it rims out. So I don't know. I think our bench is going to be good, man. I think our bench will get it together. They had a little off night, a little bit, but it wasn't too crazy of an off night. I honestly Bojan shot 1 for 5, but this might have been the best defensive game I've seen from Bojan since he's been a Knick.
100%.
Actually had a block.
Chase down. He had a LeBron chase down block. Like what? And the rest was so shocked that he had a chase down block. They just assumed it was a goaltend. They had to go back to the tape. Like, wait a minute, that was a clean block. Okay, my bad. Thank you, Tom Thibodeau, for challenging. But yeah, this is Bojan's best defensive game. He's a positive 1 tonight in his little 13 minutes.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah. So salute to Bojan. McBride hit a couple of threes and a pull up. We just lost the game, man. We just lost the game. It wasn't a bad game. We just lost the game.
Yeah, it was just one of those nights where it's like you just tip your hat to the other team because they had a crazy hot third quarter. Their star player dropped 50. It's like you just tip your hat to the other team. There wasn't really much the Knicks could do.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Brunson had been a bum again, I would be concerned, but he wasn't. He shot over 50%. I thought his shot diet was a little bit more efficient. It felt more calculated. And more importantly, the shots he was taking, he wasn't taking the majority of them off balance.
Yeah.
He had his center of gravity. He was facing the rim, and he was getting the looks that he typically makes. A few of them, had some rim bounces that otherwise would have went in. But I liked the production from him. I liked how aggressive our guys were, the Harts, the OGs. I loved how efficient Hartenstein was, unlocking more of him, both as a facilitator and as a scorer. That teardrop in front of the basket is one of our most efficient shots we have in the Knicks arsenal. Oh, I love how prepared we were. I thought Tibbs had the team very prepared. We had multiple times. Again, we were cracked in the mouth and we hit back. We'll hit back in unconventional ways. It might have been like a Hartenstein midi, or it was a Josh Hart pull-up three. So I like the variety in the ways that we were scoring when our backs were against the wall. Philly is a good team. This is not the Cleveland Cavaliers or depleted Miami Heat bench. This is in my opinion, they're probably the third best team in the East right now. I got us first, but Boston Celtics second, and I think Philly's the third best team in the East. When Embiid is cooking, they're a contender. They were tonight. So to lose this game the way we lost it, there's no reason to hang our heads and be upset about it.
I'm
Just get back in the gym, put up more shots, come back and split this thing in Philly game 4.
Yeah, it was just split the thing in Philly, go to game 4, and then game 5 and just finish this off, man. Because Embiid's gonna have to average 50 to beat us.
Yeah.
Embiid's gonna have to average 50 to beat us. Especially if you're playing like we played today. If the game plan and shot diet we played today. Like Brunson didn't feel anybody. It's funny. There was a coworker tonight at work today. You know those dudes who think they're Knicks experts because they watched 2 playoff games. He was like, yeah, Brunson is, he's good, but he's not that good. I feel like I'm like, Brunson was the 4th best player and Brunson is the 4th highest scorer in the NBA, not on the team, in the entire NBA. He is the superstar. No, he's not, because I was like, respectfully, you watched 2 playoff games. Respectfully, you haven't watched him all year. You haven't watched him when he played Miami. You don't know what this dude is capable of. He is going to score. I'm betting on him. He's not scoring under 25. I'm like, you're gonna lose your money. There's no way Brunson is not going to figure it out. And I told him the last game, even though he was missing in the second half of the last game, the type of shots he was getting was way cleaner. It was way cleaner that second half of the game. So I'm like, if he was just pressing by that time, he was getting the open shots. It's like, if he starts off with that same shot diet to start this game, he's going to be right back to 30. That's exactly what I told him. And that's exactly what happened. Like the way he finished, he got those same shots in that second half in the first half of this game and the second half of this game. And he had 39 and 13. So we'll be fine. Knicks will be fine. I hope Mitch will be fine. And I hope Sims gets there and snuffs Embiid for the culture, man. You got to snuff Embiid for the culture. One elbow to the rib, something, man. Something. I need to bring back the days of goons, man. I need to bring back the Oakleys and stuff of the world, because that was ridiculous.
Facts.
I know we talk 90s Knicks and stuff like that. If that happened in the 90s, what? That whole place would have been shut down, yo. Embiid might have been in the floor. That was crazy. That was crazy. That's the craziest thing I ever seen I talk about the Heat being dirty. Wow. That might have been the most dirtiest play I've seen in period. That's up there. I don't know. Salute to the chat though. Salute. Shout out to Coach Syed. Shout out to Alexander. Shout out to Picks for Timmy. Shout out, who else is in the chat? Shout out to A-Train who's been holding us down. Shout out to Isaiah Ramos who's holding us down. Shout out to Felicia Lee. Shout out to John Baines. Shout out to Knicks Nation TV. Shandice Amador, Fats, Shaquan. Shaquan wants to go for Embiid's ACL. Right, man, listen. I wouldn't even stop you. Shout out to JT Riddick. Shout out to Quihib. Everybody rock with this KOT show. If you like the show, hit that like and subscribe, man. And be sure to join us too for the next game too. We will be here after every game talking Knicks basketball, and next game will be Sunday, and hopefully we talk about Knicks win in Philadelphia on Sunday. All right. Anything else you guys want to say, or can you move on to the oohs and the bras?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too. Don't really have anything else to say.
All right, so let's get to it, man. Going to the other part of our show, the part of the show we like to call Bruh Picks. Bruh Picks are usually the worst plays of the game. Sometimes it's not even this game. Sometimes it could be another game. Sometimes it's not even another game. Sometimes it's just something stupid, dumb, idiotic that you want to point out. Say this is stupid. It's dumb. So we giving it a bruh. So let's get to it. Ryan G, I'm sure you got a lot because there's been a lot of stupidity that's happened within the last 3 days.
Yeah, I do got some broad picks. My first broad pick goes to Sixers fans.
Yes, for sure.
Players on the Sixers.
Oh, for sure.
Nick Nurse, Sixers coaches, anybody affiliated with the Sixers, because y'all were crying like a bunch of bitches. And and the referees granted y'all wish. Y'all got a plethora of calls. You got a plethora of calls your way in game 3. Embiid committed like 2 flagrant fouls and wasn't thrown out the game. I gotta give it to them. They're crying, got them a lot of calls their way and helped them to win this game. So, yeah, Sixers fans, Sixers players, Sixers coaches, they all get the bruh.
Yeah, the Sixers fans are just shameless, man. But they're following their leader in Joel Embiid, who's probably the biggest crybaby there is. So I mean, if their leader is a crybaby, it's the person. I respect Maxey.
Yeah, Maxey's cool. Yeah,
Maxey is A1, man. Like Maxey is legit. He plays hard. He works hard. He doesn't have excuses. I respect Maxey to the supreme. The coach, Embiid, nah.
Facts. My next broad pick goes to those Cleveland Cavaliers because because in the first 2 games they were all high and mighty, jumping out to that 2-0 lead in Cleveland, just to go to Orlando for game 3 and get smacked by 39.
Son, yo, Donovan Mitchell is out of there so fast. I'm telling you, yo.
Facts.
He is out of there so fast. He is a rental. How do you lose by 40 in the playoffs, man? That is the more to a rookie team to a baby team, man. Yo, man, that whole team is on some Wizard of Oz line stuff. No heart, for sure. Soft. Brother the Cavs. That's crazy.
And actually I have an ooh pick.
Okay.
My ooh pick goes to Reggie Bush getting back his Heisman Trophy that he rightfully won, I think back in, I don't know if it's 05, 06, one of those years, but yes, I'm glad he got back his Heisman Trophy because at the end of the day, whether his family took money or whatever the case may be, that man played his ass off on the field. That has nothing to do with his play on the field, and he definitely deserved his Heisman and he never deserved his Heisman to be taken away from him to begin with. So, ooh, pick for Reggie Bush, getting back his Heisman Trophy.
I thought you was going somewhere else with that to be honest with you. But who picked Reggie Bush? Because I thought you was going to hold on. This is my ooh pick. Hold on. My ooh pick goes to this man.
Yeah, that was definitely
what?
That was definitely ooh pick.
What? Dante DiVincenzo? Boom! Don't jump, Embiid. That was crazy.
He can't jump anyway.
That Dante DiVincenzo dunk was crazy.
Yeah, that was nasty.
Wow. All right. Any bro picks for you, Lee?
No bro pits, but I got one oop pick. I want to give a shout out to former Knicks, Carmelo Anthony and Stephon Marbury teaming up on Melo's podcast. I have been waiting to watch that. I'm going to do it first thing tomorrow morning before work. I'm going to sit down with my cup of coffee and enjoy a conversation between two of my favorite Knicks of the last 20 years and two guys that got all of us through very dark times. And to see them vibe together on the same podcast and enjoy this Knicks run and enjoy Jalen Brunson really taking the mantle from Starbury as the last really good all-star level guard the Knicks have had during the Dolan era. To me, it's really fun and beautiful to see. It's also great that both of them have been in the building for Knicks wins, including the night. Melo and John Starks were both there in Philly. Melo was there with his son Cayenne, and I love that father-son vibe. I love seeing former Knicks get their much-deserved due.
Definitely, for sure. Shout out to Starbury. It's great. It actually, man, it was just great to see Starbury with John Starks and Melo and Sprewell celebrating on the sidelines during game 2. That was beautiful to see. That just warmed my heart. To see the alumni, especially with the history of some of these Knicks. And like some of them weren't exactly welcome back at first, and now they're back, and now they're in the front row enjoying one of our best moments, enjoying one of our funnest teams that we've had in a long time. It's just really nice to see. So yeah, that's definitely tear-jerking ooh for me.
Yeah, facts. And I think what I love most about it too is that it's like Knicks players from different decades too. That's what I love most about it, because you'll see Bernard King there, and he's from the 80s. We got Clyde, who does commentary from the 70s. Then we'll have like Starks there, Sprewell, guys from the 90s, Sprewell's 90s and the 2000s.
Yeah.
You know, you see Stephon Marbury coming back to games, 2000s. You see Melo there, 2010s. Like, it's just great to see like so many like former Knicks greats from different time periods, like all coming back to watch the Knicks at the Garden.
Don't forget about Tim Thomas.
Yo, Tim Thomas is back. Yeah.
Let's go, baby.
Tim Thomas is back.
Gazy.
That's right. And every time, I keep forgetting that Othello Harrington is a big man coach too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I keep forgetting that. I just be seeing him sitting there with Mitch. I'm like, oh, that's right. He is a big man coach.
My dad said he's in better shape as a coach than he was as a player.
Oh, damn.
Bruh. No Nick Great slander, all right? Damn it. Nick Great, Othello Harrington. In the building.
Nick Great, Othello Harrington, yo.
Man.
Yo, all we're missing on the bench all we're missing right now, like to come back to the games, like Al Harrington, Quentin Brunson, Jamal Crawford, all those dudes.
Yeah.
You got Eddie Curry, Jerome
Oh,
James.
man.
Oh, no, wait, whoa. Too far. There's something that's not allowed in the building, all right? Jerome and Bargnani definitely aren't allowed in the building.
Oh, man.
You know who should be back in the building? Is, damn it, Charles Oakley. I need my man going to swallow his pride.
That'll never happen.
I need Big Oak in the Madison Square Garden for the playoffs, man.
That'll never happen. It's up for life with him and Dolan. It'll never happen. For someone who's a guy I've interviewed him, that has never happened. Ever. Interviewed him when I was on that other channel. That has never happened. For sure. Oh man. All right, yo. That's the show, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Oh wait, shout out to Curly though. Shout out to Curly, who sends a $49 super chat. It says Sixers only won by 11, and they needed an Embiid 50 piece, but we needed a Bogey to get some minutes. Need Brunson, Bogey, pick and pop. Possibly. I mean, I think he would have played longer if he wasn't 1 for 5. I think he might have played a little bit longer, especially because of the way he was playing defense. I think he would have played a little bit longer. But he was 1 for 5 today. But I don't know. He can get high in a second, so you just never know. And the thing is, too, the way that Josh Hart is shooting, it makes it less. Not that we don't need more Bogey because we need rest gum guys, but it's harder and harder to take Josh Hart off the floor the way he's playing. It just is. But yeah, that's all. That's all I got to say. All right. Good show, guys. Good shot. Good. No, Charles Smith is not allowed back. Sorry.
Oh man.
Oh man. All right. Yo, Lee, let them know where they can find you, man.
On Twitter @_Lee Escobedo, LEEESCOBEDO, or just search #Lee, #bum, #Mavs, and you'll see me chopping it up with the Mav fans. Good on them for getting that second win, and good on Kyrie Irving, who was masterful off the dribble. He had some unbelievable one-handed dribble moves against the Clippers. And even though I'm not rooting for Dallas, I am always rooting for Kyrie Irving, one of my favorite players and people.
All right. All right. Ryan G. Let them know they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT. You can also find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIR. G is CHILLIN. And also, I forgot to mention some other Knicks who are invited back to the Garden. Let's invite back Mike Sweetney. Let's invite back Frank. Let's invite back Frank Williams.
Yeah.
Let's invite back.
Oh, Moochie Norris, let's bring him back.
Oh, hell no.
Bring free Moochie.
Travis Knight.
Yes, Travis. That's the number 6 I recognize, damn it. Travis.
Let's invite back Alexei Shved.
Yeah, Shved. Shved up.
Let's invite back Quincy AC.
Quincy AC to go.
Oh, Clarence Weatherspoon. How can I forget? Yes.
Yes, Clarence.
Yes, let's invite it back too.
Lua Munson.
Oh man.
Let's invite it back too. Invite back everybody.
Oh, let's bring them
all
back.
The bubs.
Yo, who got into a fight with Melo? Who's the dude got into a fight with Melo?
Was it
Collins? Nate Robinson?
No, not Nate
Nate
Robinson.
Robinson.
Oh no. Marty Collins?
Marty Collins.
Was it Marty Collins?
Yes.
Yeah, Marty Collins.
Yeah.
Bring back Marty Collins, damn it.
Invite it back too.
Bring back Marty. Bring back Tony Douglas.
Jared Jeffries.
Bring him back.
Anthony Randolph.
Huh?
Chris Duhon.
Chris Duhon, the assist. I don't think anybody. All the crap I gave Chris Duhon, I don't think anybody has come close to breaking his assist record. Then.
Right.
Yeah, none.
Nobody. He still got. I think it's 22, right? 22 assists might be the record.
All I know is that the record is crazy. That's all. I know.
22 assists. Ronaldo Brockman. Yeah, bring him back too. Bring back Anthony Randolph. Bring him back.
Oh man. Kalina Azubuike.
Azubuike didn't even play with us. He just got traded.
He did it. He just got checked. Coutinho Mobley. I don't think he played for us either.
Yeah, Coutinho. Yeah, bring back Steve Franchise. Yeah. Since Steph is here, might as well bring back Steve. You know?
Exactly. Tracy McGrady too.
Yeah. And Penny.
Jerome Williams, Junkyard Dog.
Oh, yo, I actually like Junkyard Dog, yo.
I used to love Junkyard Dog, yo.
I used to love him.
For real.
Michael Doliak.
Oh, Michael Doliak. Oh, damn, yo. Who's the short dude that we bought from the Spurs that played power forward for us?
Malik Rose.
Malik Rose.
Yes.
Antonio
Chris
Davis.
Dudley.
Chris.
Yeah.
Quintel Woods. That's a good one, Isaiah. Quintel.
Oh, damn. Quintel Woods. That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
For real.
Shane Larkin. Remember we gave up picks for Shane Larkin?
Shane Larkin, yo. I forgot about Shane Larkin.
Didn't we give up picks for Shane Larkin? I was like, why are we giving up picks for Shane Larkin?
Jeez.
Oh, man. All right. That's the show. Everybody was like, y'all naming old dates. I'm getting out of here. I see
Shane Larkin hours.
Like Shane Larkin. Y'all talk about Shane Larkin. Time to check out. All right. That's the show.
Real.
Shout out Tony Douglas.
Yeah, shout out Tony Douglas.
Facts, Tony Douglas.
Oh, man. All right. That's the show, guys. We out of here. And as always,
Shout out the worldwide west. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
it's a mess out here in these Knicks YouTube streets. That's the show. We're out of here.
Peace.
New York, big city of dreams.